Yo, 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 what's good? Thank you for coming to the House of B.a.r.f. I'm Chanman, and before we get started, I would just like to emphasize that the content that we share on House of B.a.r.f. is for informational and entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors, and the information provided should not be considered as professional financial advice. Investing and financial decisions involve risk. It is crucial to do your own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any financial choices. The opinions expressed on House of B.a.r.f. are of our own and do not reflect the views of any organizations that we may be affiliated with. Please remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and the financial landscape can change rapidly. Always conduct thorough due diligence and seek financial advice from a financial advisor tailored to your personal needs and circumstances. By listening to this podcast, you agree that the host and in the future, if we have any guests, are not responsible for any financial decisions you make as a result of the information presented on House of B.a.r.f. Now let's dive into today's episode. Yo, yo, yo! Bonjour! If I said that correctly. Merci to France for stopping by the house. What's poppin'? You want to know something? My name is French. Really. My mom was pregnant with me and another sibling of mine. She was in love with the French language at the time and wanted to give me a French name. So, hence, my name is Chandler. Now, I don't know if that's the correct way of saying it in French, but essentially, and it's so funny how everything's in a name. I actually, my name supposedly means candle maker. Let's go ahead. You know me. What does Chandler mean? My microphone ain't been working lately. What in the world? I had some interviews. And since those interviews, here, I'll just type it in real quick. What does Chandler mean? So, let me see. It's like Old French. Chandelier. Chandle means candle. Chandelier basically is a candle maker or candle seller. And guess what I love? Since I was young. I'm not sure if I was a pyromaniac. No, I'm joking. I love candles. I love incense. I always love fragrance. And plus, I got this big nose on my face. You know what I'm saying? So I love good scents. I don't really ask anymore. You know what I'm saying? But you ask people, they say, yo, Chan, I met this new woman. I say, for real? What kind of fragrance she had on? Like, what she had, Versace? Or what she have on? You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, dude, what is up with you and the fragrance? And I'd be like, I don't know. I just love a good fragrance. I just do. And when I get my situation right, I would love to make a good fragrance for both men, women, children, unisex. Just good fragrances. Have your young preteen, you know what I'm saying, smelling good, and your young adult, and your lady. I would love to get into the fragrance game and also candle making game, incense game. Incense game, probably have to go to Asia. I don't know. I think they may have the incense game on lock. Probably have to go over there and get some information. But again, mercy to my people from France. I wanted to stop by, even if it was just for 60 seconds. My goodness. Love y'all. Appreciate it. Look, I'm in my house. You know what? You want to know something real quick? I'm going to tell y'all something real quick. I literally was not about to turn on my mic today. I really wasn't. For a couple reasons, man. I got to get ready to take this phone call. Well, I opt into taking the phone call from this marketing team who says, hey, we've listened to House of B.a.r.F. and we think that we can make it better. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So they sent me over some notes. And you know how you're at work and they always talk about coaching and annual reviews and quarterly reviews and constructive criticism and that you need to be open to it. And I don't know about y'all, but to be honest, that shit kind of irks my nerves. And I know I got to be in the professional world. I would hate for anybody who's looking to hire me or anybody to hear this. It's not that I'm uncoachable, okay? It's the mere fact that when you go into this room and you're literally about to sit there and basically have this person tell you about yourself, and you kind of have to sit there and nod your head and smile and say, yeah, I think everything you stated about me is correct. I think that was great information that I can take and I can go back and I can take your coaching, I can develop it. And then I'm going to try to find a mentor who can help me develop it. And I'm going to do much better, So, when this person was like, hey, I'm going to reach out to you. And, if we think we can make it better, I'm kind of like, oh man, here we go. I'm about to get the constructive criticism. Essentially, they're going to tell me everything that's wrong with my show. And then they can tell me how they're going to make it better. And then I'm going to sit there and then they're going to say, and it's only going to cost you $6,000. And I'm going to sit there and say, hey, man, I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? But, maybe we could figure something out. Oh, sure, we got a payment plan. You could pay like $2,000. I have no idea. I'm not even kidding. I actually do not know anything that they're about to say, but supposedly they've listened to it and they say, you know what, we think this is great stuff and that, we think we could take it to the next level. And one thing they also pointed out is that I'm difficult to find. They're like, yo, people can't find you. You don't have no Facebook. You don't have no Snapchat. You don't got no Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. You got a LinkedIn. It's not even your real name. I mean, it's your real name, but it's not Chanmanhouseofb.a.r.f. It's your government. You know what I'm saying? So nobody can actually really find you. And I tell people all the time, man, I'm trying to really, seriously, I do be trying to lay low, but I am trying to get some exposure, but I'm trying to lay low because I'm telling you, seriously, I promise, I was looking at this one TikToker. I promise as soon as I started watching her, it was this young lady. I don't know her nationality. I'm sorry. But she would do these little, oh my gosh, I just woke up. I'm so sad. Have to go to this concert. Got to get dressed. Right. And I as soon as I start watching her, I promise a week later, she was in some scandal. And that's why I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm going to take my time. You know what I'm saying? Because look, God-fearing man, but I know I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect by any sense. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like as soon as things may start popping off of people. So I'm taking the slow and steady road. So hopefully people can start to see the God in me. You know what I'm saying? And realize that, look, I worked hard for this. You know what I'm saying? Day by day, no money, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Every day posting. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know Chairman back then maybe was a little wild. You know what I'm saying? I just started watching This Is Us on Netflix. And, one of the characters, I guess, left his son on a fire station. And, he's a different man now, And I'm still the same Chan, but, there's a lot that's changed. So I just hope people can start to realize, yo, Chan crazy. He crazy. Crazy and lazy. That's Chan. He can create havoc in a room by himself. So I just want to say again, thank you so much, Mercy, to my people from France that stopped by. If you want to know anything, I learned a little bit of Canadian French. I went to a jazz festival a few years ago in Montreal, Quebec. Everybody would point out, the American. I'm like, what are you talking about? How do you say it? I say Quebec. They say, no, Quebec. I say, oh. So I remember I went around Canadian Moving Day or something. Everybody moves on June 1st or something. And when I was there, I can't remember it all. Of course, I can remember Mach D. I believe that's a cuss word. Everybody can always remember the cuss words. Why does everybody always want to teach people cuss words? I'm dealing with this situation right now where it's like, what? What did they teach you? Oh, they taught me this word. It's like, what in the world? Why? I don't know. People find it funny to hear people say bad words. I don't know. But learned a lot. Mercy, that's how I learned the mercy. My chérie, I learned a lot when I was out there. I had a great time out there in Quebec. Really, to tell you the truth, it was really one of the first times I ever really drank Crown Royal, because I was out there on Canadian Day. It might have been July 1st or something. I was out there. Here, let me Google it. I was out there on like July 1st, and my mic isn't working. When is Canadian Day? So I know it's not real French. July 1st. Yeah, it's July 1st. So I was out there on July 1st. It was a jazz festival. And Crown Royal was going for like 50% off. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, hey, I can't complain with that. You know what I'm saying? That's when I learned that Crown Royal is Canadian whiskey. I thought it was a yak. I thought it was like, I don't know, an American yak. And they're like, no, this is Canadian whiskey. I said, oh, no wonder why it's so shitty. It's like, nah, I'm kidding. Real whiskey, you know where real whiskey comes from. It comes from Tennessee. I'm kidding. I don't want to already lose my people before. But yeah, just know that, you know what I'm saying? My name was based off of a French name. So I always got a little bit of love. One more last thing about the French that me and my family are trying to figure out. Another thing is, we have a name, Manadir. It's supposedly maybe French, as well in my family. And also, we have a lot of, I don't know, people always get mad at this. Oh, you got another black person talking about they got some Indian in them. So suppose we got some Indian in us, right? And these are Native Americans. We're not sure. We're doing our history. This stuff takes generations to get all the history put together, because people took so much time to tear it up. So so you got to, it's like, I don't know if you're watching some Lord of War or Succession or something, and you got people, I don't know if they did this on Succession. I think they did on Lord of War, with Nicolas Cage, and they go through your trash and you're trying to get like all these shredded pieces of paper and try to put it together so you can find your history. So as generations, we go through this, maybe finding out that the Native Americans in our family may not have been native to America. They may actually been from France, and they may have been exiled from France. And when they were exiled, they may have moved to the Midwest, the Illinois, the St. Louis's, or Missouris, or Oklahomas, where particularly my family was located. We're not even sure if my family was located in the Midwest originally. Think, the Mississippis, the Louisianas, where more French influences from, and they have moved to the Midwest, and then that's kind of how this stuff happened. Now, all the years and stuff, we've had people put stuff together. When I was younger, I kind of remember all the history, because people would sit around talking about it all day, every day. As I've gotten older, I've kind of separated away from my family, as people have relocated over the years. So the reason why I just share these stories is because I just want to say, hey, thank you again, mercy to my listeners from France that just tapped in, even if it was just for 60 seconds. I really do appreciate it. I was just checking the analytics, took a look. I said, took a look at the audience members. I said, there's another one. There's another one in Germany hanging in there. Excuse me. Actually, that's my incense right there burning. Germany is hanging in there. They're, the other ones, I very possibly may start seeing them fall off. Let's see if we can see the region. Okay. The region for the United Kingdom still hasn't popped up yet, which is fine. It's not a big deal. Okay. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to pronounce this. The region from France. And I've never been to France. I actually plan on going to France. I don't know if the Disney World is still open in France. I know Disney was going through a lot this past couple years. And I'm not sure if they shut down some parks. But I do plan on making my trip to France, and I do plan on knowing some French before I get there. I hear it's very insulting to go to France and not know any French. So that's a couple things I want to work on in the future. Right now, I'm in no position to, really everything is about what you want to do with your time and effort. If you really want to make something happen, you can make it happen. But right now, I'm really not in no place even for some legal issues, to be honest with you. Now, traveling, I'd be fine, but if I decided to like relocate right now, it wouldn't be a good time. Just considering some things. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to have the computer say this region of France that the listener or listeners tapped in from. Yeah, give me 1 second. And also, yesterday I did plan on still doing that research on Kathy Wood. I hope I didn't, short her. I mean, she doesn't need any of the attention. Here, let me see. Why is it? All right, here we go.
Nouvelle Aquitaine.
Okay, I don't know if y'all can hear that, but yeah, that's the region, Nouvelle Aquitaine.
Nouvelle Aquitaine.
That's the region of France that the listener or the listeners came in from. So thank you so much again, Mercy. I appreciate it. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do in this meeting. I'm just basically going to just be humble. You know what I'm saying? Just open my ears, slow to speak, just listen. They may actually have some valuable information. They already sent over some information, basically saying like, hey, these are a few things that we think we can help you work on. I said, okay, cool. I'd be willing to listen. Real quick before we hop off, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at, because I was looking at some ARK investments, and for some reason I keep hearing about ARK investments like everywhere, and I was like, everybody's talking about Kathy Wood, and I'm like, you know what, Kathy Wood, I'm gonna look you up. Who are you? Who is Kathy Wood? I was also listening to this other guy last night, or actually earlier this morning. The original CEO, right now, I can't remember her name. I think it's Abigail Johnson, is the current CEO of Fidelity. I was looking at the original CEO of Fidelity last night, and he had some pretty good things to say. I think he was only there like 13 years. It wasn't even, but supposedly that's the life of a CEO. Supposedly CEOs it's a very short lifespan. Supposedly it's like the NFL, it's like 4 to 5 years is their typical lifespan. All right, Kathy Wood's biography on bbva.ch or something like that. Okay. This is a kind of short article written by Edgar Tenaro. I'll just go over some of it. Born 1955, November 26th. She's a little younger than my parents. Catherine Duddy Wood, born in Los Angeles, California. The daughter of Irish immigrants, a devout Catholic. Oh gosh, this sounds like it's about to be a pump her up article. This is not what I need. I need to know who she is. She learned from her father, a radar systems engineer. Yeah, this guy has clearly been paid off. The importance of the use of technology and the impact it can have on society. And I'm not saying that, I'm looking for like, who is she? I'm not, but I'll keep going. And the impact it can have on society, the use of technology. Kathy Wood graduated with honors from the University of Southern California with a degree in economics and finance. Okay. During her time at this university, she met her mentor, Arthur Lafar, a prestigious economist of the time who was an advisor during the Ronald Reagan administration. Ooh, I don't know if that's something you want to go around bragging around, them Reaganomics. His career on Wall Street, thanks to her mentor, Kathy Wood got her first job at the financial services firm Capital Group. Well, I'm not very familiar, where she remained for 3 years and later joined Jenniston's Associates. Not familiar, that one either at all, where she began to build her reputation as an investor, where she would remain for 18 years. Wow, fantastic. In 2001, Wood would join Alliance Bernstein, sounds familiar, as chief economist for global theme strategist. This working relationship would last for 12 years and she would go through a series of harsh criticisms as the assets she managed during 2007, 2008. Oh, yeah, gosh, that's rough time. Subprime crisis performed worse than the average market. Oh, poor Kathy. These results were since, in her investment style, she prioritized investing in growth companies over value companies. Oh, okay. Changed her philosophy. All right. The result of this strategy is high volatility and high risk, which regularly yield negative returns during downturns. The knowledge arc. Kathy Wood's idea about investing in actively managed exchange traded funds, but with themes around disruptive technologies with high risk, but also high growth potential, were not much to Alliance Bernstein's liking. Hey, girl, I feel you. Woman, I feel you, man. I got some philosophies of my own that people don't really be feeling. Uh, Shit, I could go over a couple. Prioritization of important people. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If you got a client and you got a line of clients and I got Sandra, I got whoever Sagupta, and I got Tim, and then I got Tyron Smith or Dak Prescott or something. Dak Prescott immediately moves to the front of the line. You know what I'm saying? That shit irritates me. I don't think prioritization of high profile clients really matters. However, don't treat them like shit. But Sonia right here with $1,200 or $500 in her account is just as important. Okay, there is the customer value. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, customer value for any organization, I'm not sure or not, begins at a certain price. I would say the bare minimum, probably $50K, because that at least covers all maintenance to maintain, secure, custodian your account. However, just because this person walks in with $500 million or whatnot, immediately they'll move to the front of the line. And also during compliance issues, if they start having compliance issues. We all could have compliance issues, damn near even similar issues, but high-profile clients are going to move forward. Also, telling people, this is just my theories, telling people that they should be more high risk when they're younger and less high risk when they're older due to being able to recover principal back, I think it's bullshit as well. If you go around betting your principal as a 20-year-old all the damn time and it doesn't go well, you're not going to have no bread as an older person to invest. You're going to be working. We can change the mentality to be very moderate to conservative as a younger investor. And by the time all the student loans and medical bills and children are grown, car notes, houses, everything's paid for, you should be able to be more risky and still stick to your strategy of, just take the stock market. You don't need to put more than 10% of your net worth in there. You know what I'm saying? But I understand, blah, blah, blah. And I got another theory that a lot of people didn't get along with. Thought it was stupid. So I've been there. But I do understand the concept. It's like, we got this high profile person. This could grab media attention in a good or negative way. So let's get it taken care of before it gets too large. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. So I get the stuff. And I get, as a younger investor, you can lose money because you have more time supposedly to recover your principal amount, and older people don't have as much time, and they can't really lose their principal as much because they don't have time to recover that principal. A 20-year-old can go back to work if they're healthy. Older person, 65 and older or whatnot, 75, whatever, don't really have the opportunity to go back to work to recover those assets. And besides that, as much as it becomes to investing and people really want to, no offense, I could be wrong. I know we see how I turned my $100 account into a $100,000 account. I get it. I know we see this all the time, but trust me, all these things, I'm not saying for everyone. I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that has really done it. Multiple people, probably even millions of people. However, a lot of people, such as myself, I'm about to try to get back in the office, try to build back my portfolio so I can get back to trading. A lot of people use, bar mitzvah money, inheritance, loans from parents or loans from banks, margin loans, leverage, several different things to fund those accounts again, so that they can keep trading. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, Kathy Wood seems to have a nice history. Sorry, enough about myself. All right, so I gotta get this phone call's about to come in soon. Um, uh, sorry. I did not go along with. I lost my place. The philosophies of Alliance Bursting. All right, Alliance Bursting. Sorry, my bad. Okay, here we go. Sorry, one more time. Kathy Wood's ideas about investing in actively managed exchange traded funds. Actively managed exchange traded funds essentially means they're actively traded, which can also result in a lot more possibly expense ratios and a lot more commissions. When they're actively traded. Here, let me make sure that is true. And some people may not want them to be so actively traded so that you can run into less transaction fees. But let me verify that. Actively traded, exchange traded funds. The underlying concept behind I'm looking at fidelityinvestments.com. The underlying concept behind an actively traded managed ETF is that a portfolio manager adjusts the investments within the fund as desired while not being subject to the set of rules of tracking an index, like a passively managed ETF attempts to do. The active fund manager aims to be a benchmark using the research and strategies. So, the more actively traded your ETF or your mutual fund or whatever, the more likely you're going to run into commissions, transaction fees, and whatnot, and very possibly higher expense ratios. Do I know any highly actively traded ETFs, mutual funds off the top of my head right now? Not right now, but I'm pretty sure we could Google it and find them, and then we could look at the fees and whatnot. I don't even know how to describe it. I want to pull my book out so I can describe it better. But let me go ahead and keep going. In 2014, she founded actively traded exchange traded funds, but with themes around disruptive technologies with high risk, but also high growth potential, were not much to Alliance Bernstein's liking. So she left the company to start her own fund. Sorry, wait, time out. He said he and his. I don't know anymore if that's a typo or if that's how Kathy Wood describes. Okay. I'm keep going. All right. In 2014, she founded ARK Invest. So this has been out for 10 years. Her own fund manager dedicated to investing in disruptive companies with the potential. Disruptive essentially means, if you don't know already, essentially means like, all right, so we have our big dogs, right? You got your Chick-fil-A's, your Popeye's chicken and whatnot. Now, I'm not sure not, but then Raising Cane's comes out of hell, Raising Cane, and potentially could disrupt the market and potentially, invoke on the profits of these other companies. It's essentially, if I'm correct, a smaller company that has the potential of disrupting the market. Companies with the potential, she says, to change the world. Oh, okay, there we go. The name ARK refers to the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, I see that Catholic background. From the Judeo-Christian mythology. It is also the acronym for Active Research Knowledge. Okay, I see you. Thus, in October 2014, ARK Invest launched its first 4 thematic ETFs. I don't even know what thematic means. I'll look it up. That actively invest in technology, innovation companies, genomic revolution, next generation internet and autonomous technology and robotics. Oh, okay. Although it may seem contrary to its investment philosophy, Wood also manages 2 index funds, but with essentially the same orientation as the rest of its funds. These are 3D printing ETF. Oh, nice. And an Israel tech innovation ETF. Oh, I may look that one up. ARK Invest's most recent bets are in ETF dedicated to fintech technologies in 2019 and in 2021. And that's actually one of the ones I'm looking at is the fintech, the ARK fintech ETF. A space exploration ETF. Okay, that sounds cool. The result of this investment strategy resulted during the global health crisis. ARK's flagship product delivering gains of 152%, and managing over $17 billion. Wood's investment style looking to the future. Now that she's independent, Cathy Wood, there's a couple typos in. Cathy Wood has imposed her vision of investing in disruptive growth companies. And I don't care about typos. I used to make typos all the time, and I used to have these people on my neck about my typos. And I'm like, dude, I type a bunch of words all day, every day. Growth companies that will shape the future. In addition, these companies must have a growth forecast of double their value over a period of no more than 5 years. Okay. Wood has been in favor of everything she is shaping in the future. Okay, great. She's enthusiastic. Cryptocurrencies, artificial intelligence, renewable energies. Fantastic. Okay, there's a little bit more, but it sounds like, this person really, really likes Cathy Wood, in my personal opinion. And that's not more so the article piece I wanted to get, but I learned a lot about her. I kind of was more so trying to look to a piece that kind of just is a biography. Sounds like she has that article, a lot of positive news. This person's about to call me. I need to get ready. I want to hear her voice. I want to hear how she sounds, how she talks. Give me just 1 second. All right, she's on CNBC.com.
Okay, now let's talk pricing, or I shouldn't say pricing, but the price of Bitcoin. You and I have had conversations now over many years where you've talked about Bitcoin being worth something on the order of $500,000, literally in only a couple of years from now. Do you stand by that? How does this ETF change that, speed that up, slow it down? What do you think?
Yes, so you'll find in our big ideas, so that's at ark-invest.com, the building blocks for our price forecast. And our base case is in the $600,000 range. Our bull case, and we think the probability of the bull case has increased with this SEC approval. This is a green light. Our bull case is $1.5 million by 2030. You can see the building blocks. You can see how conservative we are in terms of those building blocks.
She's currently talking about cryptocurrencies.
This is a big idea. It is the first global, decentralized, digital, rules-based, critical there, rules-based monetary system in history. It is a very big idea.
Okay, great. All right. I do got to get ready. Go real quick. Go take this phone call. I'll see how it goes. But thank you so much. Again, this was just to say thank you again, Mercy to France, for stopping by the house. I appreciate it. My name is Chanman. This is House of B.a.r.f. What? I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Mankson and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Mankson sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Mankson and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Manson, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Manson learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Manson set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Manson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Manson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Manson, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Manson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Manson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers. With a background in finances, I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Manson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right, thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless. Yo, what's good? Actually, the meeting with the marketing team is tomorrow, the 19th, January 19th, 2024 at 9 a.m. So cool. I really don't have anything to really go over. Pretty much the investments I got are the investments I got. Pretty much they're going to stay the same. I may try to get out here and sell some calls on the investments, see if it's a possibility. But I did realize with like smaller companies and whatnot, the contracts they're kind of awful. So that's another thing I'm kind of learning. It's like, oh crap, like I got these companies because I thought, they were, having, 52-week lows or even longer, lower lows than that, 10-year lows and whatnot. Like this would be a great opportunity to get these companies, get the company and then go to try to sell a call. And then you see, damn, the only calls that are selling are in the money calls, essentially saying that, strike prices above Oh gosh. Sometimes, like whenever the mic is turned on, I'm like, oh shit. In the money call. Let me just look it up real quick. Strike price. If I'm correct, strike price is below market price. So yeah, market price is above strike price. Let me just make sure the ITM call. In the money call. In the money call means that an option has value or its strike price is favorable compared to the prevailing market price. So yeah, I don't know why they said it like that. That's Investopedia. I love Investopedia. But to keep it simple, okay, there we go. It's like further down. When the underlying security's current market price is higher than the call's option strike price. So yeah, the strike price. So the only thing that essentially will make any money is if you sell in the money call, and that's not really what I'm trying to do. So if you sell at the money or out of the money call, again, at the money, essentially strike price and market price are very close to each other, and then out of the money, where essentially what I'm trying to do is sell it out of the money call, where essentially strike price is above market price. I know that probably didn't get explained too well. Strike price is essentially, I don't know how to describe it, but it's the price that we agree, me as a seller and the buyer agree on the contract. So if I agree to sell this contract at strike price $10, they agree to buy the contract strike price $10, but then also I want to collect a premium. For you to get it at $10, I want to collect a little bit of a premium. Or you may not want to collect a premium. You just may want to get rid of that $10 or whatnot. It depends. You got to look at the contracts. So what I'm trying to sell is out of the money call options on the underlying. So let me go ahead and get this pulled up real quick. I was looking at a company last night that I think I may want to go ahead and get into, pharmaceutical company, AstraZeneca. I was just taking a look at it. I liked what I saw with some of the numbers. So definitely putting it in the watch list. Here, let me pull up the portfolio. And again, this is not advice or anything. This is just me chilling. I'm gonna tell y'all, this is probably gonna be a slow day in trading for me, because I will admit that I'm a little tired. So I'm not, crazy about trading today. I say that probably every day. And then as soon as that bell rings, I'll probably stick around till the bell rings, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do after that. Let me see how I'm doing year to date. Let me just go to my realized gains and losses. Let's see how we're doing so far. It's about, halfway through January, a little bit more halfway through January. Today's January 18th, 2024. It's approximately 9:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, I'm doing about 45% on my trades, about, close to 50. So essentially, let me see, made about $100, lost about $120. So on the year, my net loss is about -20. They say it's good to log all your trades. That's something I'm going to really get better at, kind of figuring out where did that $120 loss come from, what happened. Looks like a lot of it came from this trade in Riot. I was probably trying to get into the Bitcoin mining space and probably just didn't do too well on that. Let's take a look at Riot's numbers. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place. Please bear with me. Sorry, I know this is House of B.a.r.f. It's not. I don't have a team. It's me. I'm chilling. Just trying to make the best of it. All right, I just want to take a look at Riot. So, of course, Bitcoin, our cryptocurrencies are going crazy. So, just taking a look at a Bitcoin, I'm not sure if it's just Bitcoin or cryptocurrency mining company, if I'm correct. Here, let me look up their fundamentals. Riot Platforms Inc., together with its subsidiaries, operates as a Bitcoin mining company in North America. It operates through Bitcoin mining, data center hosting, and engineering segments. The company also provides co-location services for institutional scale Bitcoin mining, and this is yahoo.com, companies and critical infrastructure and workforce institutional scale miners to deploy and operate their miners. Okay, so they got plenty more, but I'm not going to keep going into those. So yeah, it's a Bitcoin mining company. Shit, I gotta close some of these windows. It's getting ridiculous. The other loss, where was it, on JetBlue? Okay, so let me. I gotta close. I got too many windows open, and it's starting to. Well, and my laptop's starting to get hot. All right, I gotta find something to put under my laptop. I never really go through this too much with this laptop. That's one thing I kind of liked about it, but it's all good. All right. All right. So I want to take a quick look at Riot. Because before, when I traded it, I don't even think I traded it correctly. I think I just kind of like, just was like, hey, I don't know any other Bitcoin mining company. I just know Riot. And Bitcoin's taking off, so screw it. Let's hop in. So let's go ahead and take a look at it a little bit more into depth real quick to see what it is that I was investing in. Riot. And again, moving forward real quick before things get really crazy, I'm really going to start trying to, I'm really coming down to like my last couple of legs. So I guess Tesla is discussing, can the board, are they strong enough to take on Elon Musk? Oh gosh. Does this happen at every company? Or I remember this happened at Apple with Steve Jobs, and then they get rid of him, I guess just to flex, and then they bring him back. So, and Elon Musk is going to be like, all right, you want me to leave? Fine. I'm just going to take everything with me. And it's just going to be like, all right, fine, we don't need you. And then 10 years later, Tesla is bringing Elon Musk back or whatever. It's just like, this stuff is ridiculous, man. It's like, leave the guy alone. Is it not his company? I understand that you got to have checks and balances, everything balanced. But it's like, man, come on. No offense. You kind of knew what you were getting into. Hey. All right, let me go ahead and take a look. Pulling up Riot. Goodness gracious. Sorry, it's the messages, they start rolling in about this time. Let me see. Let's just go to financials. All right, so if I'm reading this correctly, they made about 1.2 million in 2020. Let me make sure I pull out my calculator. Make sure I do this correctly. It's essentially 12,000 times by 1,000. I apologize, 12 million. My bad. So they made about 12 million in 2020 and about 200 million in 2021 and approximately about 260 million in 2022 and approximately about 262 million in that's the TTM. I forgot what that is. 12-month time or something like that. So the numbers on Riot they look pretty good. I'm on Yahoo Finance. A couple of things I like to look at real quick is I like to use bar chart, and I also like to use FinViz. These are a couple of sources that I just kind of like to use. And currently, my current broker, I'll use them as well, which is, I don't really say it much, but it's Schwab. because I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be with them. I think I'm kind of over them. The experience really hasn't been. I really kind of like the former broker. I don't know, Schwab. I don't know. Just I'm not feeling it. I'm really not feeling it. But like, let me go to Riot. I'm trying to do my best with what I got. You may end up seeing me with the Robin Hood or something. You know, as much as I may have gotten frustrated with them in the past of how they gamified the industry, causing so many individuals so much money because, you know, they didn't really understand what they were doing with transaction fees and, you know, they trade and then the markets go against them and then they go ahead and pull their money out of Robinhood and after they lose a bunch of money and Robinhood had no intentions, and this may not all be true, but they had no intentions of actually keeping them as customers. They just come over, they try to hurry up and trade, blah, 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 bada bing, bada boom. But, I mean, Robinhood may be the wave because, like, I'm not sure. Eligibility may be easier. My eligibility is really suffering with Schwab. I mean, I don't got no eligibility. Can't do nothing. I'm stuck. You know, I hate to say it, but everything seems kind of clunky, you know? All right, so, right. So, cost of revenue. Sorry, that's the let me know. A few minutes out. Cost of revenue is very close to, like, in 2020 they made approximately $12 million in revenue, but the cost of the revenue was $6 million. You know, in 2021 they made approximately $213 million, if I'm correct. Let me see. I just want to make sure my math is correct. 213, 243 times 1,000. Yeah, I made about $213 million, which is probably a fantastic year to invest in them with that extremely high jump. But the cost jumped up tremendously to $82 million. And then 2022, it went up to approximately $260 million, with it jumping up extremely high to the cost of the revenue jumping up to approximately about $194 million. So it's like, the cost to maintain the company is, you know, kind of eating at those profits. So their profits, besides 2021, really don't really fluctuate or change much. You know, the earnings here real quick in 2020, earnings, revenue was approximately 12 million and earnings was approximately negative 12.7 million. In 2021, revenue was approximately 213 million. Again, earnings approximately negative 8 million. And then in 2022, revenue was approximately 260 million and earnings was approximately about negative 500 million. So just looking at some of that information, I don't even think I really need to look at much more. Now, I will say, as I was doing a little bit of research, I did see a couple of other companies. Liver Amp Holdings, Progress Software Corp. I'll take a look at that one. Interdigital Inc. These are companies to compare to Riot. And these are all probably very small companies. I'm looking at IDCC real quick. It's approximately about $104.73 before the markets get started. Again, it's approximately 9:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 18th, 2024. So markets haven't even opened. Well, I don't know. For regular, I think for institutional, it's earlier than that. Let's take a look at IDCC. Now, full disclosure, I have actually been taking a look at IDC lately. And I was looking over it with a buddy of mine's, and I believe that they may have actually said they're going to go ahead and hop in it. But InterDigital operates as a global research and development company with focus primarily on wireless, visual, and related technologies. It designs and develops technologies that enable connected in a range of communications and entertainment products and services. All right, cool. So they work in the wireless industry. Full-time employees, approximately 425. Here, let me go back to Riot. Let's see how many full-time employees they got. So I'm going to go to their profile. Okay, so they got about 490 employees based out of Castle Rock, Colorado. All right, so, they're not much smaller than this IDCC. IDCC, let's take a look at some of their numbers. And I probably came across this InterDigital company because I was looking at Riot. Just real quick, very basic before this market opens. Revenue, 2020, approximately 360 million. Earnings, approximately 45 million. 2021, revenue, approximately 425 million. Okay, there we go. Earnings, approximately 55 million. 2022 revenue. This is IDC, ticker symbol IDC, InterDigital Inc. Revenue. This is 2022 revenue, approximately 458 million. Earnings, approximately 994 million. So just looking at those numbers real quick, I mean, it sounds pretty interesting. I want to go ahead and take a look to see what CNBC is talking about.
The stock was down. They just, everything went bad. And he got $31.5 million. I don't know.
It's somebody named Peltz discussing Disney's board has underperformed.
That's what this is all about. It's just friends of Bob. It's a hand-picked group of directors who are not doing their job. I lost you guys.
Well, I did just want to point out the board didn't get hurt as badly as I thought. If they had that little money in the stock, Nelson, I thought they were going to be clobbered. They obviously haven't been hurt that bad.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Jim. They didn't lose money like the great unwashed, the funds, Mr. Perlmutter, everybody's pension fund. Those are the guys who took the gas, not the board, not the inside directors. I mean, this guy has been paid so much money, and I want to work with Bob. I want you to know my goal is not to do anything but work with Bob. And Jim, you and David and Carl all know that we've worked with people at P&G. Look at the phenomenal success. They spent $100 million to keep me off that board. The stock was in the 70s. I got off 3.5 years later. The stock was about 160. But everything was up. Margins, sales, market shares, all of that stuff. Okay, that's what we do. And then David Taylor, who we fought before I got on the board, said the nicest things about me. When I got off, they gave me a beautiful prize, okay, a memorabilia.
I know.
Guys, we're not there to embarrass anybody. We're not there to hurt anybody. We want to help the shareholders. And let me tell you, these shareholders have suffered. You can tell me, well, maybe they shouldn't be compared to 1 in 3 years because streaming. And how about 1, 3, 5, 10? Every single period of time, they have underperformed the S&P. David, do you want to go back 10 years?
No, I hear you. Listen, and that's a compelling argument you're making. Now, that said, Bob Iger has made it very clear that he's cutting costs significantly. He started a year ago, and he's only increased that, Nelson. He's admitted that they took their eye off the ball a little bit when it comes to motion pictures and some animation. It seems as though they're taking corrective action there, and they do have, they say, a plan to get streaming to a positive cash flow place soon, relatively soon. Not to mention, obviously, considering strategic options for ESPN. I mean, they seem to be doing many of the things that a year ago you wanted them to do, and yet.
I'm sorry. I just like hearing older people talk. It just be Bob, that guy not doing his job. When I was there, it just gets interesting hearing older people talk. I'm sorry.
If they were kept, I wouldn't have resumed my proxy fight. I stopped the proxy fight because of the promises he made. Okay, I trusted him and hoped.
This person's name is Nelson Peltz.
Said I'm stepping down. Not because I was worried about having a proxy fight. That keeps a guy like me young.
All right, well, Nelson, I'm sorry I don't mean to be rude, but I know we have to move on. I do, of course, welcome Bob Iger to call in. Mr. Rizzullo, I'd like to hear from him. Mr. Perlmutter, of course. But I do point out that Mr. Iger seems extremely opposed to you. But if we had a vote here, I think given the total shareholder return, you certainly have a shot. Let's leave it at that and see what the opposition says. I want to thank you, Nelson, for sharing, for the pictures, of course, at Disney World. Obviously, you had a good time. And for coming on Squawk on the Street. It's good to see you.
Thanks, Jim, David, Carl. Appreciate it. Have a great day, guys.
All right,
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you.
It does kind of remind you of what Barkley said yesterday, Jim. We suspect there's significant management attention being diverted toward.
All right. Man, Disney, what's going on? I mean, they doing everything but amusement parks. They're in sports gambling. They're in streaming. What else is it? I forget what they else are in.
That Nelson is not too fond of. I mean, the underperformance here is stark. Let's not mince any words. I mean, Mr. Iger can come on and say that Nelson.
And I believe I have a very small position in Disney, and I don't think it hasn't done shit.
You would want change.
However, I had a small position in Microsoft years ago, and they didn't do shit. And look at Microsoft now. So you never want to say anything.
I mean, I would fire the assistant linebacker coach before I let this continue.
Part of it does go back. Let's not forget there was a different CEO for a number of years, and
you just won the Massimo board.
And you may want to criticize the board for a lack of success in succession.
Right. But what is amazing is that's a very heavyweight board. It's not a board of honorarian people.
No, it's got a lot of very serious
heavyweights. So it is a little. I mean, it's quizzical. How about that? We say let's leave it at that. It's quizzical, the performance. But then I can understand people being very angry unless they didn't own stock. Now, full disclosure, my charitable trust has taken a big bath in this. So I'm not, I don't like to lose money. It feels awful. And this is not like doing daily fantasy where I lost $35. This is real money that I wanted to give to charity. And I think other people feel similar if they own the stock. You feel aggrieved. It's real money. It's not play money.
One thing we didn't get to with Nelson was whether or not the company is culturally or politically tone deaf in ways that cost-cutting or succession even maybe are less relevant.
I think I'd like to hear on that side, but Mr. Perlmutter.
All right, I'm going to go to Schwab Network.
So let's go to the healthcare side. Humana right now down 12%. So that's pretty ugly.
Yeah. Humana has cut their full year 2023 guidance. That's a reaction we're seeing here from investors. They now expect it to come in at $26.09.
This is Jeff Pierce, Senior Manager, Derivatives Trading at Charles Schwab.
Previously expected. Analysts were looking for around $28.20. Now, the company said Q4 results reflect an additional increase in Medicare Advantage medical costs because of the higher than expected inpatient utilization. They said they tried to offset these costs, but were unable to fully offset them. This is that stuff that we've heard.
They're discussing this company called Humana.
Are anticipated to lead into Q4. They expect the adjusted insurance segment benefit ratio at about 91.4%. That's higher than previously listed. And for the full year, they're expecting that ratio to be around 88%. Previously, they expected about 87.5%.
Okay. So it's a pretty big drop, $2 on 28. That's pretty meaningful. But market also has super low tolerance for, I think, the sector generally, which has been kind of stuck near highs.
Okay, and there's one last thing I'll check out with y'all. Let's see what Bloomberg talking about.
We see those as a middle of the road opportunity. It plays conservative probably better than, say, investment grade bonds, where you get, in most cases, a dividend. We already know the slower outlook for consumers, a little bit of pricing pressure. But, altogether, I think that with the dividend and a very modest growth, 2, 3, 4% in earnings, will be enough to make them reasonable for a conservative investor.
Margie, thank you so much. With Allspring, Margie Patel there, really have to monitor this through the years. A lot of important weight there, particularly those not scared in the market, but looking for a balanced portfolio.
I'm scared.
You remember 24 months ago, 60-40, that's where you had
it was dead.
And it was a train wreck.
It was dead.
Absolute disaster. It comes back. So, Damien, I'm looking at 12 months straight down.
Yep.
12 months straight up.
Yep.
And
Very
the answer
bimodal.
to Margie Patel, legendary on the buy side, is now what? It's sort of like 2024's the now what year.
Well, I go back to what Sri said earlier. I mean, the markets are...
All right, they're talking about just getting a balanced portfolio. Another thing I like to take a look at once I'm done taking a look at kind of the market news, which the market news will keep playing all the time. But I'm not saying this is the best sources in the world, but these are kind of a couple I use. I also like to go see Democracy Now! To kind of see just what they're discussing. Let me see. Doesn't look like the episode for today has posted, but here's the one from yesterday.
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Pakistan has condemned Iran for violating its airspace and killing 2 children in air attacks. Less than a day after Iranian attacks in Iraqi Kurdistan killed at least 4 people. Iranian media said 2 bases of the Jaish al-Adl militants in Balochistan were destroyed late Tuesday, though there has been no official confirmation from Tehran of its responsibility. Pakistan recalled its ambassador from Iran and said the Iranian ambassador took penalties on the Iran group, and more on the possibility of a wider conflict later in the broadcast. In Gaza, displaced civilians are again fleeing as intense Israeli bombardment rains down on Khan Yunis, including the area around it, amidst a worsening humanitarian catastrophe. As
I'm sorry, I'm fast forwarding.
Asserted, quote,
okay, fantastic. No, not fantastic. I'm sorry. Okay, it kind of gives me like a scope of what's going on in the world, along with stocks. And I'm going to keep reviewing all that information. So right now, Carnival, right now I'm reviewing Carnival. Actually, I'm invested in Carnival. It's actually having a pretty good day so far. I've made it's up approximately about 1.5%. I could close it out right now. I'm not sure if I will. MRO, Marathon Oils, down approximately about 12%. Don't think I'm going to go ahead and close that out, but I'm going to go take a look at some of the calls. Look, this is what I'm talking about. Like, even if I went 360 days out, January 2025, I mean, 35 calls going for like $50. You know what I'm saying? That's, so I'm going to be working on that, trying to figure that out. And then as well as JetBlue, short calls, I'm struggling with that. I don't know what I'm going to do. JetBlue's struggling. It's tough, but I'm going to get this figured out. I can discuss it later. I'm just going to be here doing a little, going over this real quick, trying to figure this stuff out. Got plenty of other stuff to do, but I just want to say again, thank you so much to everybody who decides to stop by, kick it with me. I appreciate it. I'm Chanman. This is House of B.A.R.F. I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Mankson's Coolamade Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Mankson and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Mankson sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Mankson and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Mankson, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Mankson learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Mankson set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Mankson, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers with a background in finances. I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right, thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless.